Okay, greetings. We're out in the field here. I'm going to pan around so you can get your bearings. We're clear at the end out here. That path that went down, we're at pit 1. I don't know if you remember that. Pit 1 was in the MB soil type. I don't know if you can notice here. I'm going to back up a little bit. I put 2 slope stakes in the ground to give you an idea what the surface slope would be. The top of this slate to the top of that other stake. It's kind of an optical illusion here. If I come over here, get straight down below it, and walk around here, that's just a little over about a 0.5% slope, less than 1%. That's what an MB is. It doesn't have a letter. As you can almost pan to the left here, the field kind of goes downhill to the other pits. We're just going to do pit 1. So let me get the camera set up and I'll climb down into the pit. Not sure how well this is going to work. There's the pit itself. Filled in pretty bad. Took me a while to dig a profile out. There's the spoils that are on the top. So let me get this situated. See if I can zero in on the profile itself. And then I'm going to crawl down in the hole and try to do some digging, and then holding up to the camera to visualize what we're doing here. Get the damn camera to go up and not zoom in. Should be a lot easier if I had a helper, but it's the way it goes on the COVID stuff. You're stuck on yourself. Okay, let me just lock it in there. Okay, that's about the best I can do. I'm gonna go walk around and get in the pit. Bear with me. Pretty gimpy today. Knees are bothering me, ankles bothering me, sides bothering me. Take me a little bit to get down in here. Oh. Okay, while I'm walking in there, you should be able to see some color differences. Pretty tough to see the structure differences. I'll try to dig those out and show you. But you should see a darker layer going down, then it turns into a lighter brownish grayish color. I put a tape measure on there since we got to know the depths of things. Let me get over here. We're imitating a NACTA contest. So I sent you a blank NACTA card. So you need to get that out and fill it out. Not sure if you can see that. This is site 1. We're going to describe 3 different horizons to a depth of 48 inches. And since there's 3 horizons, I've got to mark the 3rd horizon. So I put a golf tee at 20 inches. Okay, so that's information you need to take down to figure out what you're doing. I'm going to kind of stand back out of the way here. The goal was for me to get on this side of the tape measure. Now, so the first thing you want to do is we got to find 3 horizons. We know that this 20-inch one is in the middle of the 3rd horizon. Okay? So actually I put that in the middle of the 2nd horizon. Let me look and see what I did here. Yeah. So as you start digging here, see how that kind of granular falls apart? And then about here at about 15 inches, I want you to take a close look. See how they start blunking off in clumps or blocks? So that's pretty much right there is the end of the topsoil. 15 inches of topsoil. If we wanted to get picky, there's a couple different zones in this A horizon. We could probably argue there's an AP here. Notice that's a little browner. Then it gets a little darker. But this is the MP horizon, or MP soil type. So I'm going to grab a sample here in the middle. And I'm going to walk over and get my doodads. We need a water bottle. Hoping I'm keeping this in here. Hopefully that's in the camera. I don't know if you can see that, but that's going to slime up just a little bit. But that slime don't want to hang in there. It's got some clays in it, but not quite enough. I'm going to work that back and forth, and we get a nice, smooth, mellow, not a slimy. So that's a silt loam. So what you want to put for that first line on your NACTA card, so we decided there was an A horizon. It stopped at 15 inches. And we're going to skip this distinguish. And then we're going to slide over here to class, the fifth line that says texture, SIL. And then the type, GR for granular. We're going to put an FR for that column there for the moist consistency, because it doesn't resist much at all, so it's pretty friable. And then if we lay that out on a Munsell, I don't know if you remember from, this was one we did a soil sample of for the soil survey. The MB is supposed to be a 2-1, and that's where it's at, right down there. It is a 2-1. So on an NACTA contest, you establish your horizons. We got an A that stopped at 15. We backed up, dug some soil out, come out with a 10YR21. It's friable, it's a silt loam, and it's granular. It's pretty close to a silty clay loam. That would be a judgment call. I don't think it's quite sticky enough. Now, the next horizon, I'm gonna go back in here and dig. And if you take a close look at that, I'm keeping it pretty simple here. Down there at about 30 inches, we have a definite change. So we got another horizon at 30 inches. So I'm gonna grab a soil sample in the middle of that. Sorry, you gotta look at my rear end a little bit. We get some of that out. As you can see, that forms those nice blocky structure. And they're rounded, so it's subangular blocky. We're gonna put a little water in that. It's gonna start sticking up pretty quick. Get pretty slimy. I don't know if you can see that. I've been having a hard time squeezing it already. I'm gonna put my thumb in there. You can kind of see that slime up there, maybe. I'm gonna work a little bit this in here. I don't know if you can, it's gonna take a while to work this in here, so I'm just gonna stop there. But that definitely, as you can see here, it starts forming a pretty good ribbon. So that's a silty clay loam. And that's our second horizon. We could probably argue there was a distinguish or change in there. Might have been two different Bs in their zone down to 30 inches, but we're keeping it kind of simple today. So our second horizon is a B horizon. It ends at 30 inches. Again, we're not going to do anything about the boundary. And this is a 10YR 4-2. Get that over, and that's a 4-2. Less than 2 chroma, should be ringing some bells for drainage. And this one's pretty firm for FI. No rock fragments, and then the class is a SICL, silty clay loam, and SBK for subangular blocky. Now, if I got down a little deeper down in there, I'm not going to go down there and dig any deeper. But if I went down there at between 30 and 48 inches, it would lighten up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that down there. Maybe I can get it with my shovel. Can't bend over today. Messed up my side. Maybe I can get a little sample. Go down here a little deeper. There we go. It's got some of that surface soil on it, but see how that lightened up a little bit? See that smear in there? That's a drainage issue. So our third zone goes down to 48 inches, and it's a 10YR 5-4. Moved up into there. If I played with that a little more, that's going to be subangular blocky also. And it's definitely got that ribbon to it. If I give it a little water, it's going to get shiny pretty quick. So that's a silty clay loam, subangular blocky. So to fill this side out here on your card, your first column should be an A, down to 15 inches. Nothing for the DIST. The hues, 10YR for all of them. The value for the A Horizon's 2, the Chrome was 1. It's friable, FR. They falls apart pretty easily. We haven't talked about that a lot. We have no rock modifiers in this. It's a silt loam on the surface, granular. The second Horizon is a B, goes down to 30 inches. It's a 10YR 4.2, firm, SICL.